Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Apply Center Practice YouTube here on Wednesday, October 7th, 2020. My name is Sucharita. For those of you who don't know me, wishing you all a very warm welcome. We are celebrating another night to come together and practice diving into our internal world as we chant the mantras for the goddesses that we traditionally honor during this time of the year. So this is the time of the year where the goddesses are coming through the cosmos. It's their time to come in and send some protective energies from any ignorance, from any kind of suffering, from any kind of poverty consciousness or ignorance. So lack of intelligence, lack of wisdom. And it is a time we're looking at the earth plane as it is rolling out with this COVID pandemic. And all the rioting, all the anger, all the frustration that is happening as people are trying to navigate what is happening in their place. And it's a global phenomenon. So here we are from all places around the world, and we're dedicated to at least having a bit of a time out from all of this. So this is our place where we can have some solace and commune with like-minded souls, like-minded individuals who collectively want to come together and do something that will uplift not only our own emotions and our thoughts and how we are navigating our spiritual path, but collectively we can experience an exponential shift in energy that could help us to come out of our funky state, perhaps, if you will, or we are ratcheting ideas or thoughts, or we're in a stuck way of being and we can't find a way out. So with the grace and the blessings of Dr. Pillai, we are going to connect with the goddess Durga, who removes dukkha, which is suffering, gives us courage and bravery, and helps us to feel energy and power, and helps us to feel empowered that we have the ability to access the Kundalini energy inside of us. And then once we feel that, it will we'll be able to navigate our life with more grace and ease, and it won't be too much thinking about it. So that's how the goddess works. She doesn't want us to overanalyze and to ratchet those thoughts again and again and worry and try to figure it all out, or have doubts, or we lack faith, or we lack understanding. And then we don't know which way is the way out. So the way out is the way in. And then the goddess Lakshmi Srimrazi is the goddess of prosperity, health, wealth, happiness, joy, beautiful relationships, a high spiritual path. So devotion is another expression or quality or characteristic of the goddess Srimrazi, Lakshmi Srimrazi. Then we have the goddess Saraswati, the goddess of creation or creativity, the ability to manifest, get clear about what we want to manifest. Most people are confused. Their ideas, their desires change moment by moment, and we don't know what we really, really, really want to manifest. So we ask the goddess to bring wisdom, and that's beyond academic or theoretical or philosophical or religious intelligence. It is how the way the world is going to roll out according to your soul's evolution and your soul's journey at this point in time. So there is no right or wrong way when it comes to wisdom. It just guides us naturally to be in the right place at the right time, thinking and saying and doing the right thing, and then meeting up with people who are also going to guide us. So here we are. We have the ability to access Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings. So listening to him chanting the mantras for the goddess Durga, for the goddess Lakshmi Srimrazi, for the goddess Saraswati. I was going to say Sucharita Saraswati because she's the goddess Saraswati of the golden age, of the time that we are embarking on. We're opening up the doorway. We're saying goodbye to the Kali Yuga, the dark age, the age of ignorance. So these four fierce forms of the goddess are going to wake up inside of us an intelligent way of being, a more enlightened state of being, a lightness of being, an uplifted state of being. So again, if you're feeling funky, you've come to the right place at the right time, and you can listen along, you can chant internally, you can chant out loud. If you don't know the chants, that's okay. You can just watch as we go along. As we're listening to the chants, it's a great idea to be in a state of receptivity. So we'll get you into a meditative state, first of all. And then as you're listening to the chants that Dr. Pillai is going to be giving us to honor those three goddesses, that energy will wake up inside of us. And we will also be observing a puja offering or elementalization of three images of the goddess Durga, of the goddess Lakshmi Srimrazi, of the goddess Saraswati, as well as the Sri Yantra, which has all the goddesses. Lalita Tripura Sundari has all the goddesses. So we will show you those images in a minute, and then you can watch as I'm going to be offering different items that represent the earth element, the water element, the fire element, the air element, and the ether element. So these are the 5 foundational elements that make up you, me, everyone else on the earth plane, as well as everything on the earth plane, as well as all the divine beings. We all go into these subtler and subtler states, or expressing the essence of these 5 elements. So when we're offering food, we're honoring the earth element. When we're offering water, obviously the water element. We're offering the ghee lamp or a candlelight, we're honoring the fire element. When we're offering the incense, then we are honoring the air or the subtler air. The life force or prana is the subtle air energy that enlivens and animates the soul. Without it, then we would just be a lump of flesh and meat and bones. So the prana, the life force, is that which keeps us alive and helps us to be in a state of evolution, so we can be alert and we can evolve very quickly through this elementalization. And then the final element the final item that we're going to offer to the goddesses is that which represents the ether or the space, or Akash, is the flower. So the flower is like a text message, and it will go right to the divine realms where the goddess will receive it and then ping our brain and enlighten our the bioelectricity inside of us. So our enlightened state of being can be, whoa, we can exponentially expand our consciousness, get lit up, get those neurons firing. Our whole nervous system will be transmuted with this energy of the goddess coming in. So in a moment, we are going to get in a state of receptivity. If you can, or if you'd like, you can post your intention or your prayer on the chat here on YouTube, or if you want to, you can write it out or just think about it, or you can speak it out. So when we do that, when we set an intention or we have a prayer in mind for the goddess, then we're giving them something to do. So we don't want to just call on these goddesses and hope it all works out. We want them to be inside of us, to come alive, to respond to our problems. Maybe we'll have an answer to our problems, or we'll find a solution out of nowhere. It'll just be like a flash of an idea, and we'll like, whoa, why didn't I think of that before? Or it could be later on after this meditation, this elementalization chanting session, that you all of a sudden get a phone call, or you get an email or a text message or a WhatsApp, or some form of communication from someone who can help you out with your situation. So we don't want to just do our spiritual path in our little meditation room or away from everyone else, and that's our separate way of living. We want it to be a part of our everyday life. So the goddesses are very practical. They know that we're going through a tough time at this time of the year. And so we will feel them as they're coming into the earth plane and enlivening our body, our minds, our souls. And we will find a way out. So put your problem there or your prayer and then let it go. And then just focus on the sounds getting inside of you, these mantras that protect your body, your mind from being bombarded by negativity. If negative thoughts do come up, that's a good sign, because then you know it's coming up to the surface to be diffused away. So as it's coming up, just listen to Dr. Ply, hold on to his voice, listen to his voice, follow his voice, follow the vibrations of your voice, connecting with his voice. And then, or you're just merging with the goddesses and allow that energy, also called spiritual transmission or darshan in Sanskrit, that will wash away all that negativity, just like waves of sound and light. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'll be turning the camera over to this altar again that you saw at the beginning before we started this whole process. And then you can see we have Ganesha to the right of the goddess Durga. And then we have the goddess Lakshmi. Shri Brazi is here as well. And we've got the goddess Saraswati, and we have the Shri Yantra in two different forms. So we'll talk about those when we come out of our meditation, our chanting process, and then we will, you can share your questions or your experiences. So once again, get into a state of receptivity where you can be in a quiet place if that's possible. Maybe turn your ringer off or put your phone on vibrate. And then if you do happen to listen to Dr. Ply chanting and you kind of drift off and you fall asleep, that's okay. The goddess will take you into a state of receptivity as per your soul's evolution as it needs right now. So there'll be a lot of healing energy, a lot of vibration. And then if you can just go with it, don't fight it, go with it, and then trust that when you come back to your present state, that you will have some kind of transformational experience, which you're welcome to share. So let's close our eyes and put our attention internally. We'll call on Ganesha, who is an elephant-headed being. He has a pot belly and he rides a mouse. His image is here on the altar. And he will remove obstacles internally as well as in your life. We'll pray that the obstacles get removed for this puja elementalization chanting session to the goddess. Any obstacles must be removed with his grace and blessings. So picture or imagine a reddish orangish light pouring down your legs into your feet and toes. And we'll call on Ganesha to remove the obstacles as this liquid reddish orangish light moves down the legs into the feet, into the soles of the feet even. The reddish orangish light pours into the earth plane and shoots to the core of the earth. You can't stop it. It goes so fast. Allow it to connect with the fire of the earth's center, burning any karmic obstacles, challenges, purifying it, and then transmuting it and bringing in that earth element, that grounded energy, so that you feel very stable in your practice, so you don't blink and miss it. You feel the energy of the goddess. So this reddish orangish light is coming up through the soles of your feet, into your ankles. It's swirling up your calves and shins, even in your knees. Feel this fiery reddish orangish light in the knees, diffusing the stubborn ego. Any stubborn karma is in the knees. That's why we kneel down on our knees to pray, to get rid of our ego that edges God out. The reddish orangish light moves in through the legs, the thighs, the back of The thighs, the front of the thighs, inside, in the pelvic region, it's moving up into the belly even. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now imagine a ray of light shooting up your backbone, piercing all the chakras that are aligned along the spine, stacked up on top of one another in the subtle body, the energy body. This light pierces the top of the skull and goes up, up, up into the Akash, the space, seeking out the blessings of these goddesses, tuning in like a high-speed divine Wi-Fi connection. Lock on to that energy. Feel that ray of light, that Sushumna, rocking all your chakras. And imagine Dr. Ply appearing before you with a light all around him. He sends energy into the trillions of pores in your skin. Sponge up or absorb his light, his spiritual darshan, enlivening your chakras, enlivening your body, enlivening your soul to receive the goddess, the power and the energy. Start to feel the vibration. Two beams of light enter your eyes. 2 beams of light enter your ears, piercing your eardrums. 2 beams of light shoot up your nostrils. A beam of light enters your mouth, piercing the tongue, lighting up the tongue, and light up the back of your throat. Put the light in the back of your throat. A beam of light enters your forehead, piercing the pituitary pineal, the third eye. And finally, a beam of light descends from above, piercing the top of the skull. The light enters your brain, lights up the neurons. The neurons fire, activating the human mind, becoming the divine mind. And the whole body lights up. Receive the blessings and empowerment from Dr. Pillai as the whole process lights you up from head to toe. Om Dram Dattatreya Shivabhava Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. And slowly, slowly come back to yourselves. Open your eyes if you'd like to gaze at the statues, the images of the goddess. Enjoy your practice, and we'll see you in a bit.
Saraswati Namah. Aim 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 Saraswati Namaha. 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 Aim Saraswati Namaha.
Now, close your eyes Put your attention in your heart center, in your third eye. Pray to the goddess to awaken inside of you the ability to diffuse any pain and suffering of the body, the mind, the soul, the emotions. Release it with the goddess Durga, her energy, her courage, her bravery, her power, her beauty, her joy. The goddess Lakshmi Srimbrazi, to diffuse any poverty consciousness, scarcity consciousness, not being good enough, not having enough. Diffuse that with the goddess Lakshmi Srimbrazi, her energy, her grace, to give abundance, prosperity, enlightenment, devotion. And the goddess Saraswati, to help you to create a better reality, to help you to appreciate the beauty of the body, the mind, the soul, arts, sciences, writing, dance, music, and wisdom. And all the goddesses in the Shri Chakra, Lalita Tripura Sundari. Bring the power, the energy, the grace. It gets activated by Dr. Pillai's blessings. Make your prayer for all these qualities of the goddess awakening inside of you. And slowly, slowly open your eyes. Be gazing towards the altar again. The goddesses are very lively. That we've activated with the flowers. Now we will offer the pomegranate. The goddess loves the pomegranate as it represents food and the earth element. Om Dhum Durgaye Namaha. Om Shri Brazi Lakshmi Namaha. Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. Om Sri Lalita Tripura Sundari Namaha. We'll offer water representing the water element. Om Dhum Durgaye Namaha. Om Shri Brazi Lakshmi Namaha. Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Lalita Tripura Sundari Namaha. We'll offer the ghee lamp that the goddess loves, the ghee, clarified butter. It's like gold. Om Dhum Durgaye Namaha. Om Shri Brazi Lakshmi Namaha. Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Lalita Tripura Sundari Namaha. Now we'll offer the special herbs of the Srimbrazi incense to activate the goddess of prosperity, enlightenment, heaven on earth. The incense represents the air element. Om Dhum Durgai Namaha. Om Shri Brazi Lakshmi Namaha. Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Lalita Tripurasundari Namaha. And once again, we'll offer the flowers representing the ether or Akash. Om Dhum Durgaye Namaha. Om Shri. To energize your body, your mind, your soul, so you feel the power, the energy of the clothing, shelter, medicine for all those people who need it the most. Clean water, education, people to love them unconditionally, especially during COVID when everyone is isolated so much more than they ever have been before. Make your prayer to Dr. Ply for blessing your soul to receive the goddess. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul. Peace to the environment, peace to the world. And relax. I'm going to be moving the camera now. Back to Dr. Ply. And then, hello. So thanks everyone for joining. Those of you who need to go, we'll see you tomorrow. And may the goddess be with you. So we can stay here for a bit. I'll check out the chat and see what people are sharing about. And if you have any questions or you had any experiences that you'd like to share, please do pop that onto the chat. It's our way that we can communicate with one another here on YouTube. So I'm seeing on the chat that people are sharing their messages. Thank you for coming. You're very welcome. Milos is saying, thank you so much. Words can't describe the joy. And I love your emoji with the beautiful stars and yours can't describe the joy. And I love your emoji with the beautiful stars in your eyes. That's what the goddess wants us to do. The eyes are the windows to the soul. The eyes are the windows to the soul. So if the windows are a little bit foggy or perhaps really muddy and dirty, then the soul needs to really shine to get beyond that. So that's why we participate in these sessions, because we don't even know how fogged up we are. And we see the karma, which we see every day, day in, day out, and we can't seem to diffuse it. We can't seem to see a different reality. So the goddess will enliven the soul, and then the soul will shine through and burn away that negative congested energy. So it's wonderful that you experience that. Katina is saying here, I was wondering where I can find Babaji's mantra. Finally got my lamp and wanted to connect with him. I'm not sure which mantra you're talking about, but you can go on to the YouTube and you can go check out the miracle mantra or the Mula mantra. So that is on Ply Center YouTube. Alona is saying, I missed a couple of nights practice. Should I go back to participate or just keep moving onward? Well, you can go back, and I would recommend it so that you can go to those days that you did miss. And then because the energy is captured, just like when we take a photograph or take a video of a celebration with our family or whatever it is that you're celebrating. Maybe it's your travels, and it takes you to that time space continuum. It takes you to that time where you celebrated a wedding, a birthday, or whatever it was. So you get into the energy of that time space and what the event was. So you can go to the YouTube and then just fast forward it to the chanting part of it. So you don't have to listen to the whole thing. You can just maybe dive into the chanting. Although I would encourage you to listen to the discussions, because the shared experiences are from all of you. These are your questions. These are your concerns about what you're doing on this path with Dr. Ply. How are you connecting with the goddess? How is everyone else connecting with the goddess? So sometimes we're having experiences and we don't even know if that is a true experience, or we just, forgot about it. And then when someone mentions it, we go, oh my God, that's what happened to me too. Is that the goddess? Yes. Or if negative thoughts come up, or negative congested energies, pain is a real indicator of or sign that there is something out of whack. And so we want to get those negative congested energies diffused by the goddess. So that comes up to the surface and we feel really wrecked. We feel out of sorts, or we feel angry or upset. And then you hear the teacher saying, hey, it's okay. It's coming to the surface. So that's good that it is coming up, because otherwise you would keep pushing it down. You would lock it away. And that's known like as in a skeleton in your closet. You don't want to be scared anymore for no reason. You let it out. It's kind of scary as it's leaving, but then goodbye. And then what happens, like everything in the universe, when there's a void, it gets filled. So who's going to fill it? The goddess. The goddess will fill it with that energy. So a lot of cathartic experiences may be shared, and then you can relate to that and then know how to navigate forward. So definitely go and check it out. And because we're building the consciousness. So we started out on the 1st of October, and I apologize on behalf of Fly Center. Someone accidentally deleted the first call, but maybe we'll have one at the end just to make it up. Or we may not. So it's okay. But every day we've been building that consciousness of the goddess. We've been waking it up inside of us. And because we're in the group, we can do it so much, we can feel it so much more, exponentially more than we could maybe just doing our practice on our own. So Katina is saying, I had some energy move in my right knee, and I had a lot of energy moving through my chest. That's what we want. We want to feel all the naughty channels. So the naughty channels are like our nervous system. So it's in the subtle body. And then our nervous system is just a bunch of wires, really, from our brain all the way down to our baby toe. And so that's what picks up messages. It sends signals back to the brain. Then we know what we're sensing or how to move and function in the world. And then that builds. And we learn how to navigate with grace and ease. So when the goddess gets into us, it might feel like she's scrubbing up, all these nooks and crannies, and then enlivening the nervous system. So we might feel a reset or a recalibration. We might feel a lot of energy coming in, and we feel like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed with heat or tingling, or you might feel like there's a block inside of you, an energetic block. You bang up against something energetically, or you feel like stuck in a negative thought that is no longer serving you. And you just see it like, oh my God, I need the goddess to get in there and clean that thought up, or those thinking patterns. It's someone else's fault, or wow, this happened to me and I was abused, or I was left alone, or I feel isolated, or I feel like nobody loves me. And you keep racking that story again and again. And it may be true, and you can't seem to find a way out. So the goddess says, okay, enough of that. I'm going to embrace you. So she starts to get into us. And then we will feel something being released, and then pay attention or observe those body parts and observe your thinking. patterns. So we don't want to, again, we don't want to just do this because, hey, everybody's getting together at Ply Center. And we're chanting the different mantras to the goddess. I hope it is something that I'll understand. We will never quite understand it because it's a spiritual practice. So the spirit moves us. And then we see how it's moving us in a direction that is more favorable for us. And sometimes we might feel like it's not doing anything. But then again, just like when you're learning to ride a bike or you're learning how to work your iPhone or your computer, here it is like, oh my God, I hope it doesn't blow up, or I hope I don't fall off, or I don't hope it's, we get really excited and anxious and we're kind of scared as well. Or we're thinking, oh my God, I don't want to move because, this could blow up. So that's how it is with the spiritual path, is that you don't always know what's going to happen, and it can make you to feel anxious or frustrated, or you feel like nothing is happening, but everything is going on. So just keep doing your practices, and that's the main thing, because that's going to light up your path. And sometimes we're lost in the woods and we trip and fall, even though the light is there. We're doing the mantra practice, but we're kind of in the woods or we're in the jungle and there's scary things in there. And that's what our mind is. It's a mosh pit. So although we're at a rock concert and everything's supposed to be fun there, but it can be scary too. So we get tossed around by our thoughts, tossed around by our emotions, tossed around by our memories. And the goddess will just say, are you done with that now? Let's leave and let's get you into a higher state of being. And then you'll feel this upliftment and lightness of being. So Kalpit is saying here, what goddesses entered your life, Sutrita? Can you share your experience? Oh my goodness. Well, that's a loaded question. And what I'd like to do is I'd love to share all that with you, but I've shared so much over the years with everyone. All I can say in a nutshell is that my life has totally been transformed. Yes, I go through ups and downs. Yes, I feel like I'm under some psychic attack, if you will. There's some negative congested energies coming in because we are navigating what we can't see. So we know things in life. We know that, whatever is going on in the world is going on in the world, but then we have a choice. Are we going to participate in it? Or is the goddess going to guide us? Or is the God going to guide us? And that plays out every day because there are certain gods and goddesses, planetary beings who rule every moment of the day. So that's how I'm navigating my life, is by tuning in to those energies, knowing that this is for real. It's not something that I'm making up in my head. And I don't really care if anyone believes me or not. I don't even really care if I believe it or not. What I want to see is that when I connect with the god or the goddess of the moment or the day, or like during Navratri, I want to feel power and energy. I want to feel like it diffused some negativity in my thinking process. I want to go inside and feel clearer in my heart center. Or if I've communicated with people in the past who made a state of being, and then we can connect with a divine mind or a divine way of experiencing life. And then as you come to know about these gods and goddesses, Mother Mary, we're going to be initiated into Mother Mary consciousness during this Navratri with Dr. Ply. If people participate in the paid services, the paid initiations that are offered through Ply Center, I think the link is below, so please check that out, especially if you're new. Make sure that you at least read about these goddesses. So my experiences have been a life of suffering and being stuck to a life that is more fulfilling, more rewarding, personal relationships, everything that's important to me, my health, my well-being, the ability to create my niche at my work, and then interact with people from all around the world. I never thought I would be doing that. So my life is being guided in a way that I couldn't even imagine it. And I couldn't even think about it. I still don't think too much without asking the goddesses to empower my day or gods to empower my day. So that's how the gods, the goddesses guide me. It's not something that I have blind faith about. I know that this energy is there, and it's not something that I'm making up, because I see all the healing energy that comes through. The way people respond, or the way I respond to others, is beyond the thinking mind. And observing levels of compassion and understanding and patience and persistence. I am the most impatient person, or at least I was. And the goddess has brought so much awareness and helped me to understand that patience is compassion, and getting to levels of compassion and understanding, especially in a hatred-filled world. And we hate ourselves, we hate others, and we say, oh my God, how can I hate? So all that conversation goes away, and it tries to rear its ugly head, and I just don't get drawn into it anymore. So long and short of it is, I could tell you so many stories and so many experiences, but why don't you jump on to Power Time Practice, where we focus on those different gods and goddesses of that particular time period. For now, we're focusing on the goddess, and the goddess has always been very apparent in my life. She appears when we are offering the different items to her, as you saw, and maybe you can rewind. And I was just so amazed tonight during this session where we were presenting the different items and then presenting the flowers. It was almost like the goddesses were just shaking and showing, because the flowers were moving, and I was like just standing there and going, how are they moving so in such a strange and yet mystical, magical way? And it brought so much energy inside of me and so much excitement. So that's how the goddess gets into me, because I could just be looking at anything and going, oh yeah, well, flowers just fell off a picture or an image or a statue, no big deal. But it goes into me so deeply, and it's like, this is for real, pay attention. The goddess is pushing out her spiritual energy into everyone who is tapping in. This is the technology of 2020. Otherwise, we would be in person, like in the old days. So you might want to check that out when you're reviewing the recording, if you had your eyes closed or you weren't really paying attention to it, if you were in a trance from the chanting, but you will feel it and it will excite you. So Evelyn is saying, do we need to abstain from meat during this period of connection, during the initiations? Absolutely not. You can do whatever you'd like to do. And if you want to, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Katina is saying, absolutely, every time you pray and invoke, the video will glitch and all. So yes, goddess is with you. Thanks, Katina. If you're having any problems, anyone, with anything that you've signed up for on Ply Center or Ply Center Academy, please send an email to office@plycenter.com, and then our support team will help you out. Okay, Adrienne is saying, last several nights, including tonight, I thought I saw the goddesses move too. I thought I was just hallucinating. Thank you for speaking up. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, so, and you will see the goddess show up. Maybe you'll be out and about and you'll see a twinkle in someone's eyes and you'll go, oh my goodness. And then the goddess might show up in a little girl or a sweet old lady, or someone cutting you a break instead of cutting you a dirty look. They'll give you a break. Maybe someone will say something that will uplift you and you will know, oh my God, that's the goddess showing up. Or maybe you'll get a good deal while you're shopping. That's how I always measure if the goddess is there ahead of time. She is making sure that I just walk in and it happens to be a really good discount, 70% off, and it's just like, whoa, it's the perfect fit or the perfect thing. And especially when it comes to buying my ghee supply, I always seem to go into the store where they've got a 2-for-1 or something like that. Anything to do with the goddess. Or these flowers. These flowers are normally about $10 to $15, and I got them for $6. So I was like, yay, the goddess. So that's how we'll know too. Or maybe you'll be inspired to go, beautify yourself. Whether you're a girl or a guy, you might feel like, oh, I want to clean my space. I want to throw out old clothes or give them away, and then get a new piece for my wardrobe. Start to recreate who you are. And maybe you'll get a new hairstyle or haircut, or you'll go to the spa. And now that the spa is open, or the hairdressers are open, maybe you'll go and you'll get a new image, makeover, and you'll feel really great. So that's how the goddess, comes in, and she guides us. Maybe you'll create something at work, and your project will be recognized, or you'll have acknowledgement. You may get a promotion. So then you'll know, oh my goodness, the goddess is here. Or you have a healing conversation where a relationship that you were struggling with or battling with, or there's bad blood or bad memories between you and the other person. And then all of a sudden it becomes a very loving and a beautiful exchange, and as if you never had those kinds of experiences. The memory might be there, but the charge is gone. So that can help too, can be the goddess as well. Nancy's saying, I love the color purple on your top, which matches the purple in the picture. It does. It does. That's interesting, because this is kind of like a different, it's like a pinky reddish purple. So interesting. Okay, how does it feel when the goddess enters your life? What are the signs you look for? I think I just responded to that. What can we offer Tripura Sundari during saying the mantra to her? The mantra, you can just say her name, Om Tripura Sundari Namaha, or Om Shri Lalita Tripura Sundari Namaha. Katina saying, I had some energy. Okay, we talked about that. Every day I feel more and more connected. Absolutely. So please read about the paid services. Go on to Apply Center Academy and check out the Goddess Wisdom courses, or any courses related to Navratri. It might be in your price point, in your budget. So don't think that, oh, I can't afford anything. There's lots of free services. In fact, I wanted to share that because I'm receiving emails from people who are saying, I'm spending this money and I don't feel like anything is happening. Please do not spend money that you do not have. You must take care of your living expenses first and foremost. That's why Dr. Pillai has put out so many free YouTubes. There are so many free teachings at Pillai Center Academy, at Ashraved. The YouTube Power Time Practice is free. Please do not feel like, oh my God, if I miss out on this, then the goddess isn't going to initiate me. Your karma might be so strong that you have to do some clearing, and paying attention to your bank balance is going to be something that the goddess is going to say to you, hey, are you acting responsibly, or are you acting as if like you're gambling? So please don't use your spiritual path and your spiritual journey with Dr. Pillai as a fear-based or fear-driven. Oh my God, if I don't participate in this, then I'm not going to get the blessings of the goddess. The goddess knows what you can and cannot afford to do. You've got to just check your ego. And if you are spending and you're not experiencing shifts and changes, then you need to reach out and figure that out. And everyone at Pillai Center will tell you exactly what Dr. Pillai has said. You should not be spending money that you do not have. So I can't emphasize that enough. And there are so many free services. So please, 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 including this one. You can be reviewing this until it gets removed from the YouTube. So you can tap into this energy and get the energy of the goddess, get the blessings of the goddess as per your spiritual evolution. It doesn't mean that you're behind anyone or ahead of anyone. Every soul knows what it needs to do. So please, 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 I hope that is clear to you. Okay. Laura's saying, I'm experiencing new inspiration every day on doing things for myself and for the other, new ways of doing in a sacred union, like mind, body, soul, and spirit as one. Beautiful sharing. Suhani is saying, good morning from India. I wanted to know the secret of the limes placed, especially on the tridents. Are these the same or new ones each day? Any significance of having both yellow and green limes? So, Suhani, this is a lime in Canada, Toronto, Canada, and it is sour. It's not like a sweet lime from India. So you can put that on the trident. The trident represents the goddess Durga that removes ignorance. It's also associated with Bhairava, God Shiva, and Kalabhairava, so to name a few. So it represents the ability to come out of ignorant forces, ignorant or unintelligent thinking. So when we use this image and we put the lime on it, the lime acts like a spiritual surrogate. Instead of you being bombarded by negativity, then it gets pierced by the trident, the trisul, or it can be pierced by Lord Muruga's veil, which is a spear-like object. So whether you use a lemon or a lime, so the lemon is something that is also sour here in Toronto, Canada, and you can use that as well. It doesn't really matter which one you choose, whatever is available. So again, it absorbs any negativity, like the pumpkins. So there are pumpkins behind in front of Dr. Pillai. So that 'tis the season here. It's the harvest season in Canada and maybe in the US as well. And we, at this time of the year, the pumpkins are quite readily available, and the pumpkin will be another surrogate technology or tool to absorb negativity. So you can then feel this release and relief from the energy that bombards your body, mind, and soul that you may not know about. So that's the secret of it. Rather it go in there than into me. So, and then you can try that out. And Nisa is saying here, Sutrita, you're moving at the speed of light. Thank you. I mind my fabulous business. So if you're wondering of what Nisa is referring to, when I teach the kids, phonemic intelligence or any meditation, I will say, hey, what do you do when there's bullies or you feel like a bully? They will say, I mind my own fabulous business and just move on. So out of the mouths of babes comes that wisdom, that purity. So if you're minding your own fabulous business, you're not worried about anyone else. They've got their own life going on, their own soul's drama, if you will. And sometimes we can be helpful, but if we step past that and we start to absorb that negativity, then we're not minding our own fabulous business. We're getting into their karmas. And we tend to do that with family members or close friends or even enemies, frenemies. We think, oh my God, I got to figure out a way. And so you just get into that mosh pit of, karma swirling around that it just goes round and round. So minding our own fabulous business will be fabulous. So Kavita is seeing here. Thank you so much. You're the best teacher. I really enjoy listening to you. Oh, well, thank you so much. Everyone, please, please, please do give yourselves a big hug and, thank your soul for coming and enjoying this journey. Like Dr. Pillai says, not everybody will be attracted to these teachings, but the souls who do or who are attracted to these teachings, they are on a high, fast path. They know that they want to experience miracles in their life and not just have it to be like, a once off. They want to experience that grace and ease of moving and navigating in life and know that these archetypes have been around forever. And whether people believe it or not, it doesn't really matter because we're going to mind our own fabulous business and have a fabulous life. So thank you all for joining. And Navratri is building. So Nava again means 9. Ratri means nights. So during 9 nights, it's going to activate different parts of our subtle body, our energy body. We're going to feel the power, the energy of the goddess. We're going to diffuse or transmute any negative congested energies that have been blocking us, both materially and spiritually. And that we will know, because this is the time of the year where you'll feel it the most profoundly. And thereafter, you'll just be like, oh yes, the goddess is with me. So God bless you all. Sweet limes, yes, Suhani, you can use sweet limes for your surrogate technology. You can also use a coconut. A coconut is not only for Ganesha, you can use it as a surrogate technology to bust up some negative karmas if that's available and nothing else is available for you. And then what you want to do is, so I will change that to finish off the answer to that question that somebody posted. I will change this every time I have a new call. I don't leave it sitting there for next call. So, but if this is the end, this is my last call. I believe it is my last call. No, I have a call tonight. So, what I will do anyways is I will take it away. If it's my last call of the night, then I will, leave it there till the morning, and then I will throw it in the garbage. You can cut it with a knife and then just throw it away. What you don't want to do with it, because it's loaded with all kinds of negativity, is you don't want to squeeze it and then drink it, or put on food and eat it, because the idea is you're using it as something that is like a surrogate. So instead of you going through that processing any negativity and getting into you and being really uncomfortable, you're absorbing it into, or it's getting absorbed into the lemon, the lime, the coconut, the pumpkin. And then you just, it's absorbed in there and you feel it. You feel such a release. So when we talk about it, it can't even come to, you can't even come to this understanding how profound it is until you actually do it. And so many people have said, Sucharita, I would resist your, guidance, and I would resist trying it out. This is stupid. I'm not going to do it. And then finally they did it and they said, why did I resist? And I love hearing those responses. So just try it out. So whatever we're saying, it's because it's worked for us, and you will feel it. So go on to Power Time Practice and check out those videos where we talk about it pretty much every week, and then you can figure out how to do it. But the goddess will guide you, and you'll learn in your own time, or try it out in your own time, or don't. You can offer garlands of limes or lemons to the goddess as well. So that might be something that you can try out. And, you will feel, wow, there's a big energy exchange. So all this technology is like keys that unlock the secrets to the spiritual path. And then you experience an exchange. You open the door and there you are. And your human mind goes beyond what you could think or theoretically understand or logically understand, or with any academic knowledge. You could never break through. So it may seem strange to try these out, but try it out. You're at the door of the divine, and then the divine, you open it up and the divine says, hey, I'm going to load you up with the higher intelligence that is beyond the mind. And then you do this divine mind dance with the human mind. You can't kill the human mind. You need it to navigate 2020 as we are right now. And but then you can ask the divine to come in and make it an easier, more graceful and with grace and ease, you're going to move through all the challenges that you've faced before, and you kind of banged up against it. You'll just be like, oh, that's easy. So try these things out and then let us know how it goes. Small pumpkins you can use. You can roll the pumpkins and then cut it or smash it. Yep. Suhani is saying, thank you for sharing insights about discarding them. I threw it in the garbage as guided by the lime ritual. It's an instant relief. Struggle with it, with a thought that someone might touch or step over. So you don't have, if the lime is, if there's nowhere to put the lime, like in an organic waste bin, you can throw it in the garbage. If it sprays on you, don't freak out. You know, you can just change your clothes or your shirt or whatever it is. You don't have to go, go have a shower and oh my God. If it does spray all over your face and you feel like I really need to have a shower and wash all that karma off, it might be something that you're pushed to do or you're motivated to do internally. So some people really get into the teachings, although Dr. Ply says there are no hard and fast rules. So just do what your heart says is the right thing for you to do at any given moment in time, and never feel like you're, not doing it right. You're doing it, and that is right. So as long as you're like the Nike commercial, just do the thing, just do it. And then you surrender to Babaji, Dr. Ply, because this is what happens. You get on a spiritual path and it's kind of strange, if not really a big mystery, and you don't understand it from a logical mind or rational mind, or even a religious mind or a spiritual mind, whatever you've known up until this point. But something drew you to these teachings. And that's what Dr. Ply does. He grabs those souls that are saying, hey, I have a big question mark. And then they come and they get the food for the soul. So they will get that information that will satisfy their thinking mind as they're doing their spiritual practice. And then they will see their life and the thoughts become clearer. You don't have so much confusion or doubt. So it's not about blind faith. It's about spiritual science. You're using your own self as an experiment. And that's what we're doing in life anyways. We're just trying to experiment with it. We get guidance from, financial advisors or relationship therapists or counselors if we need that, or, loved ones who are there for us and our well-being or supporting us, or maybe your doctor or your dentist or your lawyer or whoever it is. You get that guidance, and then it's up to you what you're going to do with it. So we use this body, we use this mind, we use all the sense organs, we use our spiritual path to navigate this time that we're here on the earth plane. So when I look at it like that, or I treat my everyday life like that, it just seems to go more readily and easily. I'll be guided by the gods and the goddesses. Things will, I'll be able to navigate really tricky situations. The right words will come, the right action will come, and I'll just be like, I could never think this fast. So the goddess must be there. All right. So let's wrap it up. Any time for lime rolling and cutting? No, you can do it 24 hours a day. In fact, I'd go out there in the middle of the night. The goddess is really strong and powerful. So those people, maybe you are in a place where it's daytime for you and you're like, I didn't really feel the goddess. Go out at nighttime. And go from your room, or if you have to stay in your room, that's fine too. But go and do your meditations, chanting to the goddess internally, or put your headset on and listen to it so you're not disturbing the house, anyone in the house. If you live with other people, you can go smash your coconuts outside. I do that at night, and it's like this gunshot going off and nobody says anything, and I've been doing it for years. So go figure. So you can really feel the goddess energy anytime, maybe after 9 p.m. And then really strongly around 11:15 to about 12:15, so just after midnight. Those are that hour is really strong divine Wi-Fi connection. So you've got a good signal then. So and then she will keep you. Sometimes people stay awake because the energy is so strong. But then the day they go, oh my God, I've been awake all night, I'm going to be sleepy all day. No, the goddess takes you right through. So some of you may experience that during Navratri, like a lot of us do, where we think, oh my goodness, I can't go one more day without, too many hours of sleep, but yet you are. So that's how you know the goddess is giving you power and energy. That's what she does. So check it out. All right, you're welcome, Milos. All right, everyone. So we've been here together. We made up for last night when we had that big glitch in the technical world and the technical matrix, where we had to start about an hour later. And thanks, everyone. Most of you came. So that's awesome. That's the goddess saying, hey, persist, be patient, keep going. I'm going to give you lots of blessings. So hopefully we made up for it today. And then I'll see you again tomorrow. God bless you all. Goddess bless you all. May Dr. Ply guide your soul on a journey hereafter where you can commune with the goddess so much more readily and easily. So God bless you all. Namaste.